This leaked trailer is so beautiful.
What do you guys think? You think R-rated Kraven the Hunter is the way to go with this movie?
Sorry, I'm sorry. It was an accident.
Break her in the comment section. She must be Drake.
Greetings, Palaxians. Today on the Bounty Board, the pals are discussing the trailers for Sony's Kraven and the MCU's Fantastic Four First Steps. So kick up the warp drive and let's punch it.
Welcome back to the Guardians of the Palaxy podcast, everybody. My name is MT, and I'm here today with my wonderful two friends, Whitney Van Laningham and Tommy Bechtold. What's going on, gang?
Hello.
Hi, hello.
Dude, I've missed you guys so much. Some would say that I've been craving some conversation with my pals.
Well, you don't have to hunt for it because we're right here.
We all went to transition. We took transition courses, so we're experts in transition.
We went to transition college.
My sound bumps are really small. Do you think that's a problem?
Size doesn't matter, Tommy.
Okay. I'm turned up now. I'm turned down for what? Is it too
turned up for what?
Is this affecting it at all? Oh, it is now.
Oh, it is now.
My microphone was too far away.
Yeah, you gotta Rogan it, bro. You gotta get that all up in your face.
I got a Seth Rogen it. How's this? Better? Worse?
That just means you're getting stoned with your mic.
I'm Seth Rogen.
So Sony decided to release the new Kraven trailer in the middle of the night while everyone was sleeping.
Usually a sign of great confidence in a film when they sneak a trailer out in the stroke of midnight on the West Coast and then 3 a.m. on the East Coast, just before the paper boys get out to deliver the morning paper. Headline, extra, Kraven loses power set. New villain emerges much earlier in film than imagined. Extra. So, yeah, guys, it's no secret if you follow me on Twitter that I'm bullish and always have been, or downright rhino-ish on Kraven the Hunter. I thought the first trailer made it look absolutely ridiculous. I was very afraid we had another Madame Web on our hands. They either crafted this second trailer for me, for people like me, or they took the notes from the first trailer and basically the rest of the Spumsy movies and we're like, all right, we got to make this movie good. I want to go into I have 3 reasons why I believe this movie is going to be better. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. I think, I theorized on Twitter. I'm not the only one. Many, many other people have theorized this. A lot of the reason that this movie is delayed, I think, is to give it a clean shot at success far enough away from Madame Web. I think you cannot put out a movie the same year as Madame Web and expect people to have any kind of
belief, goodwill.
Belief. I mean, exactly. But that being
forgiveness,
said,
even
in this trailer, the first thing I want to talk about is we've got ourselves a hard R Sony Spider-Verse movie. This movie is violent. He uses a giant prehistoric tooth to impale a man in the neck. He uses a bear trap to just literally hit someone over the head with. I mean, we see blood splatter like we would in a horror movie, basically like a horror movie. I think we all agree there's a Venom movie to have been made R. They should have made I thought the Venom movie should be R.
For sure.
But I get it. I kind of get it with that. There are a lot of teenage boys that maybe would be, begging their parents to go to the theater that might not get in to see an R-rated.
Like teenage boys haven't heard the fuck word before.
I
Let them say
that.
fuck.
Well,
Let Venom say fuck.
Wait, your grievance isn't with me. It's with the Motion Picture Association of America, and you need to talk to them.
I'll take it up with them.
Take it up with them. Get out of my house with that malarkey.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste your time.
Don't waste my time. I love the F word in all of its variants. No, but so what do you guys think? You think R-rated Kraven the Hunter is the way to go with this movie? You think Kraven gutting people makes sense? I think it does.
I do, because he's a literal hunter.
Yeah.
So there's guns to be bloodshed, baby. You can't be a hunter without spilling a little of that red Kool-Aid juice from inside all of us. The thing that I'm personally really worried about, and this is definitely a me thing, maybe some of our fans agree, maybe they don't, I don't know. I'm going to be really sad when the dog dies because there's a dead dog in the trailer. I seen it. You guys probably seen it. There's a dead golden retriever in one of the frames because Daddy-O is explaining to his little baby hunter boys about the circle of life, and there is a dead dog, and I already cried throughout Guardians 3. I almost ran. I was there for work, so I couldn't physically leave the theater the next couple times I watched, but I left. I left the theater during one of those showings because I could not handle Guardians 3. So I'm a little worried about all the animal death because I love animals so much. But other than that, bro, it looks fucking sick. I am all about slaughtering with maximum amount of blood. Humans, I don't care. You guys are fine. You'll bounce back.
Use the bear trap on the humans, not the bears.
The bear trap on the humans, not on the bears.
I think just an important reminder to all of our listeners and our pals that are watching, movies aren't real unless they're documentaries. So any animal or human killed in this movie, fingers crossed, unless it's a really tragic The Crow situation, will not actually be dead in reality. So you can feel free to enjoy multiple dog beheadings on screen if you want, because they're not real. They're not real. They're not real. I'm sorry.
I don't care if they're not real. The implied beheading of dogs makes me sad. Please don't.
I have some fan art that I made on ChatGPT I'd love you to see. I have a little comic I call Dog Guillotine that I'd love to hand out.
Fuck you.
It's on our page. It's called Good Boyatine. That's when I'm making a dog. I go, come here, good boy, come here, good boy.
No.
And right when they come up for kisses, I go, sink.
Oh my God, that's hardcore.
That's the last time I let you babysit Pugsley.
Oh, don't make me think of Pugsley. Now I'm sad.
See what it does.
So the violence seems pretty kick-ass. MT, you chimed in a little bit there. Do you have any other thoughts on the violent nature, the R-rated nature of this Kraven?
Yeah, no, I think that this is Sony's best shot at, making this movie appealing to people and sort of making themselves look cool. Because I feel like if they could have, they would have just gone the PG-13 route and just gone there's no blood in Sony world because that we're trying to appeal to the kids. Yeah, I definitely feel like you said, Madam Web put a huge stain on them, and especially Morbius flopping twice.
Well, those back-to-back films, and I think there's always money to lose, right, with these giant studios and these big movies. So it's not like they have nothing to lose, but really taking a wild swing and making this movie, we know that the mandate from Disney, kind of if you want us to keep playing nice, you've got to keep Spider-Man separate from these movies, is very apparent by Madam Web. Madam Web, if anyone thought that was rumor, Madam Web put an exclamation point on it by having Uncle Ben in the freaking movie not mention that the kid's name was going to be Peter. Just
not even a little bit. Not even a whisper.
My sister-in-law's having a baby. But anyway, the first trailer showed a young Kraven with a lion on top of him, bleeding a drop of lion's blood that goes into his. Then they do the classic Spider-Man close up into the blood to show that he somehow changes inside. And from there,
you gotta get a blood zoom, baby. It's not the Spunksy without a blood zoom.
Exactly. Without some type of animal blood mutation.
I think from there, I think 3C, the YouTube channel 3C brought up, it's he seems to have a Bluetooth connection with animals from there. And that is gone from this trailer. They show him being strength and agility enhanced. And in the comics, Kraven is kind of one of those people that uses PEDs. He takes potions to make himself super strong and super fast. So I would rather see that. He does not seem to have the bond with animals, which I think is appropriate because he's, like you said, Whitney, he's Kraven the Hunter. He's not supposed to be friend to animal. Everything he wears is a trophy. He's obsessed with hunting big game, and he doesn't have a message of conservation. He has a message of I want to catch and kill every single one of everything in the world.
That's why they don't call him Kraven, the sweet baby boy who works at an animal rescue.
But I wish they did.
Craven, the sweet baby boy vegan.
Yeah, I was just saying, Kraven the vegan just doesn't roll off the tongue the same as Kraven the Hunter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't feel like a movie. It feels more like a short film. But a lot of the Kraven's super powered Kraven seems to be gone from this trailer and is replaced more with like a super pumped up John Rambo, like rip throats and stab people to death and jump out windows and take a lot of bodily damage via like breaking buildings with your own muscles and bones. But like I feel like either they're now hiding that, or that was part of the reshoots where they were like, rather than have him be like a man-animal hybrid, let's have him just be like, a tech and performance-enhancing, like smart guy that makes his body like as elite as the human body can get. And I for one, think that's better.
Right now, the vibe truly seems to be, what if John Wick killed the dog and everyone around him?
Oh my God!
That's kind of kind of how I feel who Kraven is.
Can we take a moment to appreciate Aaron Taylor Johnson a decade ago playing Kick-Ass, which the point of that was he was scrawny and nerdy, and no one would ever suspect that person could be Kick-Ass, and now he's like roided out. Ripped Kraven the Hunter.
Like, it's wild.
It's crazy. His suit, and then in the middle of that, he played Quicksilver.
Right.
I forgot about that, actually.
Yeah. What do you mean? He's been a core Avenger for years. He's been on every Avengers movie.
Sorry, I forgot about it.
Just kidding. He got turned into SpongeBob SquarePants immediately by
he's
Ultron.
absorbent and porous.
Very porous.
Is he? Pietro Maximoff, who lives under an asteroid in Sokovia. Pietro Maximoff. Okay, anyway.
Oh, you said Quicksilver. I was thinking of the Silver Surfer. Fuck, I do know that. I did not forget that. Fuck, I don't know why I mixed that up in my head. Don't leave it in. Don't leave it in.
Let all the men rush to the comments
and tell me that I'm a fake geek girl. I'm so sorry. I really thought you said Silver Surfer.
She doesn't know the difference between Silver Surfer and Quicksilver.
I'm sorry. It was an accident.
Drag her in the comment section. She must be dragged. All right. Obviously, we want to talk about the other big trailer that is not available for public consumption, but has leaked Fantastic Four. But first, I want to talk about one more thing in the Kraven trailer. And I'll share I've been talking a lot, but that's because I believe, out of the three of us, the most passionate about this movie.
Tommy's our Kraven boy.
I am Kraven for Kraven. We see a really pretty detailed scene of the Rhino charging a vehicle. It appears as though he's the antagonist. We see an earlier scene of the transformation. Again, another great YouTube channel, Nando Movies, had speculated long ago that the scene of Rhino's arm getting the Rhino kind of skin was originally going to be the ending of this movie, like a teaser.
Yeah.
Now a lot of the reshoots they think was fully fleshing out Rhino as the villain, not whatever his name is, Alexei, long Russian last name. Forgive me, added in post. But you know what? They'll be nice to me. They're like, that guy doesn't know last names, but he is smart. Girl just dumb. Yeah, the fat guy knows half the name. He's at least a true half nerd. But anyway, I am proud of Sony and proud of the writers for taking the origin, condensing it to maybe a shorter part of the movie, and taking what was going to be a sequel that would not get made and making that the second half of the movie. Brilliant. Look at that. Because I'll tell you what, if they had released Kraven the Hunter in the way that it looked like it was going to be from the first movie, probably no sequel, probably a one-off, probably everybody released from their responsibilities. Now you have you establish the Rhino in the Sony Spider-Verse, you establish Kraven. Now you've got two potential foils for Tom Holland in a future Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, dude. And we saw them in the sky at the end of No Way Home. We saw Kraven in the sky. We saw the Rhino. So I think that's a dolphinate possibility.
Ooh, a dolphinate.
especially post Secret Wars, because like I feel like after Secret Wars we could see like all these universes just like condensed into one main universe with like all these characters being shoved into the MCU 616 proper. So like I definitely feel like it's super possible. But like one of the characters in the trailer that I'm most excited about, that like they're sort of like trying to keep under the radar, but like we all basically know, is Chameleon. What's it called? Kraven's brother, Chameleon. I forget his actual name. I knew it like 2 seconds ago, but I'm blanking on it now.
Well, you're not a real fan.
Not a real fan, guys. Not a real fan.
MT is fake. MT is a shill.
MT's a fake shill boy.
Seriously, no. But like, no, I really like the concept of like shapeshifters in general. I know we just like did the whole scroll thing in Marvel, but like Chameleon is like
they nailed that. So there's really no.
They nailed that.
Like A+, really. But like, no, I'm really interested to see like how that character is going to play a role in the movie. If he's going to be tricking his brother in some way, or if like we're going to see him have some chameleon DNA shoved into his bloodstream. It's like now I can shift because I have the weird science.
Well, I mean that could be Rhino could deliver that to Kraven's brother, kind of as a punishment to Kraven. Like now I'm going to ruin your brother, and it's
right.
If you would ever put animal DNA into my baby brother, I'd be freaking pissed.
I'd be so mad if you put animal DNA. If you put animal DNA into MT or Tommy, we are not friends anymore. I can tell you that.
And by the way, I just took a DNA test. Turns out it's time for our ad of the week, folks.
Fake ad.
Let's talk about our sponsors.
Call your mom. Call your dad, because it's time for a fake ad.
If your dad's in heaven or your mom's in hell, call your aunt and tell them there's a fake ad for them as well.
Okay, we have taxpayer.
Oh,
I like how the mom and dad don't go to the same place after they die.
Well, the mom killed the dad in a murder-suicide.
Yeah, absolutely, she did. Okay, so we have taxpayer slide whistles.
Oh,
Taxpayer slide whistles. Hi, come on down and get your money's worth here at Taxpayer Slide Whistles. We are the absolute only branch of the government that cares about you sounding a little annoying. Bring it to your marching band, bring it to your high school auditorium, bring it to your doctor's office, and if he drops the stethoscope, you make sure you play that slide whistle sound.
But most importantly, make sure you bring the slide whistle for when you actually do your taxes. Because, like, if you got a good tax return, you get whoop. But if you got a bad one, you go. It really helps set the mood.
If you call now, you can get Taxpayer Slide Whistle for $19.99. That's right. It is a tax write-off. You can pay for it directly with your tax return, and we will tax the hell out of it. So $19.99 actually becomes $24.63.
That's our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the slide whistle and to the taxpayers for which it stands.
$19.99 is probably the cheapest we've gotten on these ads lately.
I think so.
Yeah, we finally found a sponsor that's not gouging for whistles.
Oh,
man. All this whistle gouging.
I'm sick of the price of whistles going up. It's Subway all over again.
That's right. $5 footlongs for like $12 10-inch subs. That's not good. But you know what is good? This sponsor we had this week would be simply what I would call fantastic.
Ooh.
And you can buy 4 slide whistles for you and your friends.
You say a Fantastic Four? Well, that reminds me of a leaked trailer.
That reminds me of a leaked trailer that came out after Comic-Con in D23.
MT, give us the lowdown on this leaked trailer.
This leaked trailer is so beautiful. Like this, it's all about, obviously it's the Fantastic Four trailer. Everyone's been like looking for this trailer. It's actually called Fantastic Four First Steps, apparently, which is like very interesting. And I'm very interested to learn like what the first steps means. Like, I don't know if that means like, if
it
it's
means
a
that they're all babies. It's going to be like Muppet Babies, but it's going to be Fantastic Four babies, and it's just baby versions of the entire Storm family.
That is literally what I'm thinking. I feel like this movie probably ends with the birth of like, you know, the Fantastic Four kids. And like we see like the first steps of like probably Franklin's first steps, which would be very interesting. But yeah, no, this trailer is very, very space heavy. Like it has like the vibe of you know, the space race.
It has the vibes of Indiana Jones 5. Everyone, Dial of Destiny vibes.
Hell yeah. Big double D vibes.
And like I'm really excited about this because like it's very much going to tell us the origin of the Fantastic Four in a very comics accurate way, because we're actually seeing them be astronauts. And like it's super fun. But like also it's like its own take, because like we have like this weird like dating show at one point in the trailer, which we have Ben Grimm in a dating show, and
clearly post transformation, because he's
because he's a big boy there.
He's a big boy, and like that is the proper size.
The trailer does a good job of like keeping the same like fun, whimsical tone, but clearly there's shots throughout the trailer that take place after the accident, right?
Like, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the style, like you said, stylistically, it looks amazing. I mean,
oh my god, and the music,
sure
oh my god,
music, even the kind of demeanor, like they're like celebrity astronauts, which was true. I mean, like in the 60s and 70s, our astronauts were celebrities. Like, I mean, now you hear about our astronauts like on the news, but our space exploration is so much more kind of, for lack of a less literal term, like close to home. Like we send people up to kind of go into orbit, or they go to the space station. They don't go to the moon anymore or anywhere else. So it's like the celebrity element of it has kind of shrunk. But like in the days of like Neil Armstrong and John Glenn and Buzz Aldrin, it's like those were people that were like, you know, getting media coverage, and it feels like that's what we're getting, because you have like Pedro Pascal, almost kind of cheesy in the way that like he's like, you know, he's doing the science demo for the kids, and like he's kind of like for lack of a better word, like super nerdy and corny, like very like overwrought.
Very cornball for sure.
The science guy.
Yeah, but I loved it. It really worked for me. And then, oh my god, the post credit, the kind of end scene with Galactus peering through the office building. My god,
terrifying!
Yeah,
oh my
scary.
god, people on the internet. Some people are just like, that's not accurate, because Galactus is so big. Like he would be able to. His eye would be too big for the building or whatever. But like people don't realize that Galactus can shift his size.
Go to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal and freaking buck up. All right, come on.
Seriously, nerds.
McDonald's is not a sponsor, but my god, get an ice cream cone.
The thing that stresses me out is that we're not getting an Eternals 2, which is annoying, because it was such a good movie, and I'm pretty cheesed off that they're canceling any hope of a sequel.
That is just rumored for now, but
if they better make another one, baby. If they don't, I'm gonna get so mad at Barry Keoghan. He broke Sabrina Carpenter's heart. Just saw the news today.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, they broke up today. I saw that they did. He embarrassed her, motherfucker. She said, please, 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 and he did it anyways.
I feel
very
like
rude.
You put it in a song, it's going to happen. It's
going to happen. But pop star drama aside, I also it's so funny to me that like poor everyone on Earth, because they got Galactus in the 60s apparently, and then they got fucking Arishem also showing up real big. And there's too many big guys in the MCU. There's too many really big guys, and it's scary.
I would be more dubious of that if I hadn't in my lifetime witnessed Americans suppress giant traumatic events within like 6 months.
Yeah,
like
true.
If I hadn't watched Brett's typing right now, and I'm sure he's like, steer away from 9/11, Tom. Don't talk about 9/11. Oh, Fantastic Four is a different timeline. Go sit on a pole.
Just like 9/11.
Correct.
I know that the Fantastic Four is in a different timeline. I'm just saying it is scary as fuck that there have been two gigantic guys just appearing out of nowhere in the big blue sky. That would scare the shit out of me no matter what timeline I was in.
And in the Earth 616 timeline, there's just a giant hand and knee and head sticking out of the
there's just a big old bald baby emerging. Fuck. I need them to bring back the Eternals because I need answers. I know we're getting answers to Tiamat in Brave New World, but
Harrison Ford's going to save us all. And
Harrison Ford's going to teach us about Tiamat. I can't believe that Harrison Ford knows more about Tiamat than we do. That guy does not give a fuck. That guy does not fucking care about Tiamat, and he knows all. Unfair. Yeah. Very jealous.
Although I definitely agree with our good friend Colton from Screen Crush. Turning him red is such a disrespectful move towards America and so woke.
Shout out to Colton, who went viral last week for satirizing that Red Hulk is a communist movie.
Yeah, for David Leavitt not understanding nuance. Just a guy who, anyway, vomits from his fingers on Twitter anyway. And I agree with him 99% of the time, which is why it sucked to tell him, like, come on, dude, do 2 seconds of research for Snap. Dragging someone on Twitter that's clearly joking. Anyway, that's a niche Twitter, nerd, YouTube cross-section joke that's not really for anyone. So let's cut this out, but make sure you leave in Whitney's Silver Surfer gaffe.
Fuck you.
Put it in twice.
Put it in double. Just replace that. Replace this with that
again
twice.
At the end of the episode, like it's like a highlight. Actually, Brett, when you edited the fun intro of sound bites, just have it be just Whitney going, "Oh shit, I mixed that up. Oh shit, I mixed that up. Welcome aboard the bounty board of the Palaxy, everyone. Today, Whitney really biffed it.
Today, Whitney beefed it in front of the whole team."
But one thing I did want to talk about in the Fantastic Four trailer is it's kind of a weird detail, but the retro suits that they're wearing, the space suits,
the cosmonaut suits, yeah,
exactly, because they're supposed to obviously evoke the original the OG space suits from the space race or whatever, but in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, there is an orange spacesuit within the collector's collection, along with obviously our favorite space dog Cosmo, who is a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy as of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And so I've talked about this in previous videos somewhere. I don't know. I forget what I say half the time.
MT's on the internet. You can look him up.
It's somewhere. That this movie is going to probably show us the origins of Cosmo the Space Dog and how he got into space. Because this is the space race movie of the MCU. And I would be very surprised if we didn't see the Russian side of this whole space.
Oh yeah,
movement.
true.
Because that was the big thing in the space race. Hey, who gets to the moon first? Who gets to space first? And so I
hope
feel
we get
that's
the
what we're going to see.
Rasputin family in there. Pietro Rasputin.
Oh my god, that'd be so great.
I hope we get Bartok in there.
Oh, you're talking the Anastasia version.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Anastasia version, baby. Anastasia all day. Bartok.
Yes. I don't want Colossus or his family in this. I want
Rasputin, Bartok,
Christopher
and
Lloyd,
Anastasia.
Meg Ryan, and whoever does the voice of Bartok.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel other than Cosmo, we might actually end up seeing the Collector himself in this movie because Cosmo could be involved. We're probably going to see Cosmo arrive at the Collector's place and be like, "Oh, hey, here's a doggy."
I think that tie-in is great. I mean, I think right now there's certainly some curiosity because this is such a dramatically different world. And in DC, we had the Batman, which basically took the character of Batman, transported him to a completely different universe that was both familiar and different, right? There was some familiarity to the comics, obviously the classic characters that we know, but definitely where the DCEU at that point, and now the DCU with their Elseworlds title, it was a completely separate thing. Todd Phillips' Joker, same thing. This is kind of the first MCU movie, in my opinion, that is just we're starting from a way that is. I think we may find out, as many people, including people on this show and people on Screen Crush, have theorized that many of the things we've already seen are not taking place in the same universe, but that has not been revealed yet. That is all a closely held the Feige inner circle secret. This is the first MCU movie that we're getting that is different world. This takes place in a different universe. We've gone to different universes, but not,
No, for sure. I've also seen some people theorizing on Twitter that it like the big accident situation might be that Reed Richards accidentally created a pocket dimension and that's where they all are. And I thought that was like really interesting. I don't know if it's true, obviously. It's just a theory, but I was like, that's a cool, fun theory. What if they are trapped in a pocket dimension? I think that'd be sick. I could fuck with that.
But you guys want to hear my theory?
Yeah,
I think
tell
that
us.
Miss Marvel is the key here. In terms of like, what's going to happen to like, I feel like this is all going to do with like cracks in reality and like, this in like the veil in a way. Cause I feel like that's where the cosmic energy that is going to mutate the Fantastic Four is going to come from a crack in reality. They're going to fly through that shit. And then they're going to end up in another universe, much like Monica did at the end of the Marvels.
Yeah, that is a good point. That could be a thing. Hell yeah.
I feel like they're going to start in 616 in the 60s, and they're going to be like, all right, we're going to fly. Bye, everybody. And then they go into like the weird faults. They get their weird powers from that crack in reality. And then they land in a different timeline. It's like, all right, cool. Now we have powers. And now we can make this timeline super cool and scientific. And then like they fight Galactus, and then they come back to 616. It's like, oh, no one remembers us. We should make a future foundation so that we can make our old universe in this universe because we miss it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But that, I don't know. I feel like it's all about the like cracks in reality.
Or what if Galactus like ate their last universe, so there's nowhere for them to go back to, so they have to come to 616.
Exactly.
Like they try to go back, but they can't because their shit got all fucked up while they were off world.
And this is what I've been saying, guys: the wide open borders of Earth 616. We're not getting their best. We're getting stretchy men, flaming hot men, invisible women you can't even grab because you can't see them. Impossible to grab them when you cannot. So mean. And rock men made of rocks. Very scary, folks. Scary, not their best.
Latvarians
Not their best.
Well, pals. Once again, every moment with my pals is a moment that's a little bit better. And spending a Friday with my pals just hits different. And I want to thank my two pals, Whitney and MT, for palling it around with me today as we talk Kraven and Fantastic Four. I hope you both have a fabulous weekend. And I hope everyone out there watching has a fabulous weekend and checking on your pals this weekend. Make sure they're doing okay. I'm going to see my pal Whitney again next week, so I'm very excited.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited. It's going to be so good.
I hope you all have something to look forward as much as that. I love you all, pals. Goodbye.
Love you,
everybody.
pals.
Love
Bye.
you guys.